Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has announced that he is suing a Catholic non-governmental organisation operating in Texas named Annunciation House. He alleges that it is encouraging illegal immigration and even operating a stash house for those entering illegally. Joining me now to discuss is Newsweek Senior Editor-at-Large and host of the Josh Hammer Show, Josh Hammer. Josh, this organisation describes itself as a volunteer operation that offers hospitality to migrants, immigrants and refugees in El Paso, Texas. But it seems they're doing a bit more than that.
Yeah, it does. Look, Rita, you're not allowed to abet those who would violate the law. And, one of the great ironies, one of the great understated things when it comes to America's immigration discourse is that we have all this talk about illegal aliens, or heck, maybe we should call them just undocumented workers, to use the rhetoric of the day when it comes to the left. Their very first act when it comes to getting in this country is a crime. It is a crime to cross the border without permission, without authorization to do so. So if you are an NGO, if you are an organization, if you are a corporation, if you are an individual person, if you are an 18, 19-year-old United States adult, and you are aiding and abetting those who are trying to commit a crime, which again, crossing the border is, then you are liable to face repercussions for that. So good for Attorney General Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is actually a very controversial figure, not just in America at large, but also within the conservative movement. I happen to be a longtime big fan of his for reasons just like this. Ken Paxton is not afraid to wield the political power that is vested in his particular political office to try to punish the forces of civilisational arson and to try to boost the forces of civilisational sanity. And, in America's long, roiling, cold, but at times sometimes getting slightly hot culture war and, frankly, cold civil war, we need people like Paxton on our side. And what's happening in Texas is unprecedented, Rita, in American history. We've all seen the footage. It's absolutely horrible. It is absolutely horrific. And, this charity in El Paso, they might think that they're acting in humanitarian fashion. They might think that they are helping people, but who's being harmed by illegal immigration? It's all the other people of Texas. It's those who are competing against illegal aliens for jobs. It's those whose wages are being suppressed. It's those whose safety is being undermined and jeopardized on a day in, day out basis. It's the shelters. It's the hospitals. It's all those whose services are being strained by these criminals, by these trespassers, by these lawbreakers. So I say good for Ken Paxton, and also good for his boss, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, who is continuing now weeks into this fight with the federal government. Greg Abbott actually doubled down earlier this week, said that he is not going to back down from having the Texas Rangers and the Texas Department of Public Safety secure the southern border. That is Texas's right as a sovereign entity in our federal system of government. Good for the state of Texas. They are leading the way right now.